Get multiple buyers to compete for your place and let them fight against each other. I'm Paul Hyun, a former lawyer and neuroscientist turned New York City real estate broker based in Park Slope, Brooklyn. Welcome to my channel. There's this cliche in real estate that you only need one buyer. No, you don't just want one buyer. If you only have one buyer, that buyer has negotiating leverage on you. What is a bidding war? A bidding war is when you get multiple offers for your house or apartment, for your property. It's the most secure, you're gonna get the most money, you're gonna have your pick of who you sell to, you're gonna let market forces rule, and you're also gonna mitigate your risk during the sale. But how do you do that? One, we're gonna slingshot the price. The whole idea, right? When you see a price that's low, it makes an apartment very attractive, not just to the people who are able to buy your place, it also makes it attractive to people who ultimately aren't gonna be able to afford the market value. Let's just say you've got a condo or a townhouse and the value is something like $3.3 million. If you price that at 3, then what you're gonna get is people who can afford more than $3 million. Maybe they can afford 3.5, maybe even more, $4 million, $5 million. But you also have people who are gonna cap out at 3 million. Whoever comes to see that place, they don't know the difference between who can afford 3, who can afford $4 million. It creates pressure on buyers to have to come up. It also helps them psychologically because now they realize they're not the only one interested in this home. It also goes into your leverage. When you have multiple buyers at that top level, the backup buyer is your leverage against the buyer who actually has the highest bid. It's what helps you keep them on track in order to get that contract signed without you having to make any concessions during contract negotiation. Buyers don't just compete on price, they also compete on terms. So if you have a couple of offers that are at the highest possible price for your home, now they have to compete on all the other terms that go along with the deal. They're contingencies. Maybe you have a timeline that you want for your sale. Maybe you want it to sell really fast, or maybe you need more flexibility on when it's gonna close because you're selling your place and you need to buy the next one. It keeps the pressure on them and it gets you the best result. The second thing you need to do is you need to get people to fall in love with your home. In order to do that, you tell a beautiful story and you wanna have a gorgeous book cover. Purchases are emotional. Luxury marketing is storytelling. It stokes buyers' emotions of desire and fear. You also need to know the hidden selling points of your home. Things that people won't know just from the photos. Learning the story of the sellers is really important. One of the things that we ask is, tell me something that you love about the home that you didn't realize when you were buying it. If you grab people by their hopes and dreams and combine that with their fear of losing out on the home, that's what's really gonna drive that price up. So it's really important to invest into your presentation. If there are minor repairs that your home needs, we should do those. Staging, super important. On one level, it shows how you can lay out a home, but at another level, it really evokes visions for buyers of their best life living in this home. And then photography. You need to make sure that your photography is super on point. Use strategic timing. You want to list when demand is high and supply is low, competition is low. The spring market, that's when people conventionally think that's the best time to list. The weather's beautiful, the trees are blossoming, more people are out and about. Not necessarily. January sometimes can be an amazing time to list. You actually have a lot of demand. You have people who were looking the year before, they haven't found something that they wanted to buy, or they just keep on getting outbid on other places, right? January comes around, they are ready to buy. You also have new year, new home buyers, right? We often have our hottest bidding wars in the first month of the year. All those sellers that are waiting till spring, they're not your competition in January. You want to time your launch date of your listing to match buyer habits. Why hit the market on Monday if most of your buyers aren't seriously looking at listings until Thursday or Friday? Don't waste days on the market, DOM. Don't waste DOM. You're also gonna show up at the top of people's search results. Okay, maximizing the market is not gonna do any good if you don't also minimize friction. Minimizing friction is essential, and here's 5 ways that we do it. 1, access for buyers. We want to get people in to see the home when they want to see it. We also want to get them in when other people are seeing it too. They see that other people want the place. We make it as easy as possible for buyers to tour the listing, but in groups. 2, we want to create useful videos. A real video tour, not just glossy pictures and everything, but a practical video tour as well as a beautiful one. They get a chance to think about whether they want to buy that, even if they're not in person. You also want to create useful videos of all those accessory spaces. A follow-up email goes out to all the buyers. They can immediately see all these other parts of the home that they otherwise would have to come back around to see. 3, we want to anticipate common questions. Everyone walks into an open house, there's questions that we know they're gonna have. If it's a co-op, they're gonna wanna know what is a sublet policy? Is it pet friendly? Can you have a washer dryer in the apartment? We wanna anticipate all of those questions so that we're ready to answer them right away. This helps people be very quick to be able to make a decision on whether they wanna make an offer for your home. And in fact, one thing that we do is we create an informational sheet. If we're selling an apartment, it's gonna have all the information about the building. Did you do renovations in your apartment or your house? We also want to reduce bidding war fear. There's a lot of buyers who go into bidding wars, they submit an offer and it's as if it just disappeared into the night. They never hear any feedback back until maybe several days later they finally hear, sorry, we went with somebody else. People can handle bad news better than they can handle uncertainty. If you let people know that if they make an offer, we're gonna treat them with respect, we're gonna let them know where they stand, that makes them more likely to actually be willing to get off the fence and submit an offer. One more thing I want to say here is it's our goal as a seller's agent to empower buyers to produce the highest and best price and terms for our sellers. And we find that by giving people confidence and transparency, that's what empowers them to be able to do that. Finally, to minimize friction, we want to provide clear communication. Clear communication of expectations and the process. The more confident a buyer feels, the more likely they are to make an offer. The more offers you get, the better result you're gonna have. So that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions about New York City real estate, give me a call.